All right, our mid-segment theorem. The mid-segment says if we have a triangle and we go halfway up the right side and then halfway up the left side and connect them, the relationship here is if this was 5, the bottom would be 10. Okay, let's say we had a triangle that looked like this, so a little bit different. Again, if we go halfway up the right side, halfway up the left side and connect them, if this was 14, the mid-segment would be 7. So what's the relationship there between the mid-segment and in this case, I'll call it the base of our triangle? Okay. Well, the formula would be mid-segment would be on one side, right? And the base on the other. Now, it looks like one of the numbers is twice the amount, right? If I've doubled my base, if I said 2 times the base, let's make that twice as long. Twice as long. Is that going to be equal to my 7? It's not, right? The equation is 2 times the mid-segment. If we made our mid-segment twice as long, okay, then it's going to be equal to our base. And that is almost, it looks a little bit off because I didn't make my drawing exactly perfect. Okay, but that's the formula. So 2 times the mid-segment equals our base. I highly recommend you write that out for every problem. If you do that, you're going to get most of these right. If you try and do it in your head, trust me, I've taught over 2,000 students over 17 years. I've seen the same mistakes. Okay, so let's say we had a problem like this. I want you to stop the tape and go ahead and do it. Okay, and write out 2 times the mid-segment equals the base. Okay, and then label mid-segment, base. Plug them in. Okay, now if you don't have a mid-segment, you could call that X, right? Okay, go ahead and pause the tape and do it. All right, we're back. Did you follow my instructions? I bet some of you didn't. Okay, put the X in. Our base is 6. In this case, we're going to divide by 2. X is 3. Okay, we're going to do another one. Okay, so pause the tape once I've drawn this and shown you what to find. Okay, so here I'm going to give you this number. Okay, go ahead and pause the tape and find it. Again, write out your formula. All right, 2 times the mid-segment equals the base. I'm going to label it mid-segment, base. 2 times 8 equals my base of x. In this case, x is 16. Okay, now here's why you want to write that formula. Because we're eventually going to get to a point where we're not going to use just plain numbers. Okay, so here's that point. Let's do example 2. Okay, and what if now, instead of regular numbers, they say x plus 3, x plus 11. Go ahead and pause it and solve. And mid-segment's always assuming that this side is broken up into the same pieces, so they're equal, and these segments are also equal. Okay, so write out, label which is your mid-segment and your base, and then plug them in to the equation. All right, so here's my mid-segment, here's my base. 2 times my mid-segment, which is x plus 3, equals my base, which is x plus 11. Multiply that 2. 2x plus 6 equals x plus 11. I'm going to subtract 6 here. Okay, it doesn't matter which order you do it, you just have to do opposites. Cancels. 2x equals x plus 5. And I'm going to do opposite of, this is 1x, so I'm going to subtract 1x. Cancel. We're left with 1x equals 5, or just x equals 5. Now they could say find the base. Okay, so if they said find the base, you would first solve for x and then plug that x in. Okay, so x is 5, we would then say 5 plus 11, the base is 16. Okay, so be aware they can ask you to solve for x, like we did here, or plug it back in and find either the base or the mid-segment. Now, does it hold true if I plug that into the mid-segment? Okay, that would give me 5 plus 3, which is 8. Is 8 half of 16? Sure is, right? And that's what our mid-segment says. 2 times the mid-segment equals the base.